Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I'm going to read S5 5009 Baseball's Best. Chapter 4 Clement's Last Hit. There is just 1 week left in the 1972 baseball season. The Pittsburgh Pirates are certain to finish in first place, make the National League playoffs. Now all attention turns to the Pirates star outfielder, Roberto Clemente. Only 9 players have ended their careers with 3,000 or more base hits. Clement wants to become the 10th. Clement is from Puerto Rico. To the people who live there and in the rest of Latin America, he's a hero. For 17 years now, Roberto has returned to Puerto Rico after each season. He spends the winter playing baseball and meeting his many fans. Clement dreams of building a sports city in his homeland, where boys and girls will get a chance to play the game he loves. Clement is a proud man. For many years, he has felt he hasn't gotten the credit he deserves. When people talk about baseball's greatest players, they name popular stars like Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, and Mickey Mantle. Often they forget about Roberto. Clement gets his chance to prove what a great player he is in the 1971 World Series. After the Pirates lose the first 2 games to the Baltimore Orioles, Clement leads his team back. He gets his hits in every game, including a home run in the final contest. The Pirates win the World Series with Clement named the most valuable player. Now, as the 1972 season starts, Clement has another goal to reach. If he can collect 118 more hits, he will reach the magic number of 3,000. But he is 38 years old and has had many injuries. He misses many games. But Clement pulls through with a late season hitting surge. With just a few games left, his total is 2,999 hits. The Pirates are playing against the New York Mets in Pittsburgh. In the first game, Clement hit a ground ball past the pitcher. The Mets second baseman barely gets to the ball. He bobbles it and then throws to first. Clement beats the throw by a step. The crowd turns to the scoreboard. The word hit is flashed. But then the official scorer changes his mind. He switches it to error. Clement is angry. He feels cheated out of the most important hit of his career. Clement fails to get any hit. The next day he must try again. In the first inning, he faces pitcher John Metlack. After throwing several fastballs, Metlack tosses a sharp breaking curve. Clement swings and strikes out. The next time out, Metlack gets a strike on Clement and he tries another curveball. This time, Roberto is ready. He rips a line, drive into left field. It's base hit number 3,000. The ball that he hit is taken out of play and presented to Clement. It's a wonderful moment, a moment that he has worked long and hard for. What he does not know is that this headline-making hit is to be the last regular season hit of his career and of his life. After the season ends, Roberto once again returns to Puerto Rico. On Christmas Eve, a terrible earthquake strikes the country of Nicaragua. Thousands of people are killed. Many others are homeless. The people of Puerto Rico want to help their neighbors, and Clement agrees to be in charge. A plane loaded with food and clothing will fly to Nicaragua on New Year's Eve. As the time approaches for the flight, Roberto hears some disturbing news. The supplies on other planes are being stolen. When they arrive, too little is reaching the homeless families who need it the most. Clement decides that only he can make sure that the supplies get to those who most need them. He cancels plans to spend the night with his family and friends. Instead, he will fly to Nicaragua on New Year's Eve. Clement's plane takes off. Moments later, one of the engines explodes and catches fire. The plane plunges into the ocean. The people of Puerto Rico search the waters offshore, but it's no use. Roberto Clement is never found. The world is shocked by Clement's death. Saddest of all are the children who looked up to him. In a New York City school, third graders write essays about Roberto. It is what one child says. The world should remember Roberto Clemente because he really cared. He cared enough to bring clothing and money to Nicaragua. He was truly a great man and will be remembered by millions. He would always be a hero. 3 months after his death, America's baseball writers gather. A player must be out of baseball for at least 5 years before he can be voted into the Hall of Fame. The writers decide that the rules can be broken. Roberto Clemente is elected to the Hall of Fame. Chapter 5, The New Home Run King. It is April 1954. Playing right field for the Milwaukee Braves is a young rookie named Henry Aaron. Sometimes Aaron looks lost in the outfield. He makes few base hits, but manager Charlie Grimm is not worried. Aaron is just trying too hard, he said. He will settle down. Someday he's going to be a great ball player. Grimm doesn't know how right he is. On April 23rd, Aaron hits his first major league homer. It is a special moment for a young player like Hank, but it can't compare with what will happen to him 20 years later. In 1974, a new baseball season is beginning. No one seems to care about who will win the pennant. Fans want to know one thing: when will Hank Aaron of the Atlanta Braves pass Babe Ruth and become the new home run king of baseball? During his career, Ruth smacked 714 round trippers. People once thought that record would last forever, but going into the 1974 season, hammering Hank has hit 713. No two people could be less alike than Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron. The Babe was a showman who loved being the center of attention. He didn't just hit home runs, he blasted them out of sight. Everything he did on or off the field made headlines. Aaron, on the other hand, is a private person. He's a steady player, but he is rarely flash. Hank is the most consistent home run hitter who ever lived. He never comes close to hitting 60 homers in a season, as the Babe did, but year after year he knocks about 40 baseballs over the fence. For the past few seasons, Aaron has been closing in on Ruth's record. As people realize Hank has a shot at the record, the pressure builds. Hank gets thousands of letters. His phone rings day and night. The Braves opened the season with 3 games in Cincinnati before returning home to Atlanta. The owner of the Braves doesn't want Hank to play in those first 3 games. It'll be better for business and the loyal Brave fans if Hank breaks the record in front of the home run crowd. Commissioner of Baseball disagrees. Records may be important, but there is a pennant race to think about. He says the Braves must play their best team in Cincinnati, and that includes Hank Aaron. Some people wonder if Aaron will be trying hard in those first games. Hank answers the only way he knows how. On his first swing of the season, he slams a home run. Now he has tied Babe Ruth's record. I have never gone on the field and given less than my level bat. Still, that's the only home run he hits in Cincinnati. So the Braves come home to Atlanta with the stage set for the history-making homer. On the night of April 8th, there are 53,775 fans in the stands. Millions more are watching on TV. Aaron bats in the second inning. LA Dodgers pitcher Al Downing is on the mound. Downing does not want to give up the most famous home run in baseball history. He pitches so carefully that Hank walks. The crowd boos. Now it's the 4th inning. Aaron bats again. Downing the first pitch is a ball. Then he tries to sneak a fastball past the man they call the hammer. Aaron swings and hits a drive to left center field. Downing turns and sees his outfielders racing to the fence. At first, I didn't think it was going out, he later said, but the ball kept carrying and carrying. The ball is heading for the Atlanta Braves bullpen. As some of the players are watching Hank bat, the crowd leaps to its feet as the ball sails over the fence for a home run. In the TV booth, sportscaster Milo Hamilton is describing the action. It's gone. He shouts into his microphone. It's 7:15. Baseball has a new home run champion. It is Henry Aaron. The fans are going wild. The Braves players are pouring onto the field. There's only one person in the entire ballpark who seems calm, Hanley Aaron. As he has 714 times before, Hank trots around the bases. Finally, when Hank rounds third, his emotions show through. He sees his teammate, his wife, and his parents all waiting at home plate to greet him, and he breaks out in a huge smile. When he touches the plate, the players lift him on their shoulders. After the game, 300 reporters are waiting for Aaron. They have come from as far away as Japan. I just thank God it's over, he tells them. I feel I can relax now. I just want to have a great season. Hank hits 80 more homers that year. In the next two seasons, he pushes his total to 755 before retiring and joining Babe Ruth in the Baseball Hall of Fame. The end, Part B.